Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. This is going to be our last Jello July 2023. And I have to say, this one probably has been the most difficult one for me to figure out. So this one you're going to use Starburst Blue Raspberry Jello. Now this is the double batch. So this will be 2 cups of water, boiling water, and then 2 cups of cold water when you finish it. Now for this recipe, I did use 2 boxes just because of how you have to go about the process to make it get the look that you want. I use the Swedish fish, the mini tropicals, and I did get the red because I wanted another variety of color. I did not notice that these were not the minis, but either way they're still going to work. Nerds. Yes, this is going to be a great, I guess we're going to call this one, I've seen a couple of them online, but they were a little bit different. A fish bowl. I want to do mine in wine glasses so they look like individual little fish bowls, like you would see like at a fair or something, where you hit the little ping pong bombs on the top and try to win a goldfish. So anyway, nerds, if I was doing this for my grandbaby's birthday party or catering a birthday party, I would put more nerds than what I'm putting in the recipe today. But because we don't really want all the extra sugar and stuff, I just want to do it as an example to share with some of you that have you little kids that would love this little Jello dessert. It just makes it look like rocks are in the bottom, and then you have the blue Jello for the water, and then the gummies. It makes it look like kind of like a fish bowl, fish aquarium. So, and this is the rainbow color. I tried to get a color that wouldn't blend in with the blue so that it would stand out more and look kind of like rocks in the bottom of a fish aquarium. So let me pull y'all a little closer, and I'll let y'all see how this is all coming together. Right, so this is a 8.5 by 11 pan, I guess, or something like that, close to a 9 by 11. It was the 1 pack of the Jello. I let it gel overnight, and then it got bumpy on top. Believe it or not, my refrigerator was so cold in the bottom that it kind of froze. News to me, I didn't know you could freeze Jello. It did make it all bumpy looking, which kind of looks like beautiful blue water. Think about it. So anyway, I have my glasses here. What I've done so far, I've already started. I put the nerds in the bottom of the glass, and then I use a biscuit cutter, or you could use something else, and I just made little cuts with it, and then I carefully picked it up with the spoon and set it right on top. The purpose of this is if you were to just dump the Jello or put the Jello straight on top of the nerds, it would probably make them change colors. So I've done a good bit of research on it, trying to figure it out so that my nerds wouldn't lose their color, so we could still see the layers. So I've already put 1 layer of the blue, and now I'm just going to keep making little cookie cuts or biscuit cutter cuts, whatever you have you can use, and then layering it on top to where it keeps the blue. And I'm not really worried about the blue getting around the inside edges, because we're going to take care of that too here in just a minute. I'm going to try to use up all the Jello that I can that's already made. And I find if you put more nerds in it, so I'll do this one a little bit fuller with nerds, that the rocks really show up better. And then we're just going to cut some more of the Jello. I'm going to try to get 2 layers in there at least. Just drop it in there. I'm going to kind of smash it down just a little bit so that it blocks the air from the nerds. Because we're trying to see if we can keep the nerds from changing colors. So I've had enough to make it 2 layers. So at this point I'm going to stop just a second. We have our gummy, I think these are Swedish little gummy fish, and I'm going to stick some of them in there. You could cut it with a knife, but I'm just going to try to stick some in there, probably about 3 of them into this layer right here. Try to get a variety of colors. I just stuck its tail down, and then you can't see them yet. You'll see them once the layers get higher. Let's do another one, see how it does. It might have been just a little bit deeper, closer to the candy level. So we'll just work with it. This is my first time making this, so I've done a lot of thinking, put a lot of thought into it, so that we can figure out how to do this. Yeah, you can see the fish in there. You can see them. If you would have had like a darker color of Jello, you probably wouldn't be able to see the fish as much. So I'm just sticking it down, tail first, and then sticking it over. Seems to be working pretty good, so that the fish is sideways. And in these dishes, it looks like about 3 of them is going to be good, just so you can kind of see the fish in the bottom of it. And then with the leftover Jello, let's see if we can see this one on camera. Yeah, you can kind of see the fish in there. And you can see the rocks in the bottom, which is our nerds. See if it'll focus. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the rest of this Jello, just going to spoon it on top, and don't worry about it not looking exactly perfect at this point. And if we can get one more layer in there, I will add another fish to it. If I can't get it to be a stiff layer, then we'll just do the best we can to add a few more gummies. Move this closer because I think we're going to make a mess. Beautiful. And I'm just going to try to even them up a little bit. And then I'll probably just, if there's anything left, just put it in a bowl and somebody will eat it. It'll disappear really fast. And then I'm just going to try to make sure it's kind of all down, so that it doesn't affect our nerds on the bottom. And if it does, oh well. Missed a good chance of looking like a little fish aquarium. Right, move this out the way. Got a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'm not going to stop to clean it right this second. We're working, so it's fine. Alright, so this is all of our Jello cups. There is a few little pieces of Jello on my counter. Lord forgive me. Girl getting messy up in here. See if that one of them I filled up a lot fuller with the nerds, so you can see the layers. Alright, so now I'm just going to stick a few more gummies down in here, just however you want to stick them in there. I think I'm just going to go for sticking one in the middle for right now. And the gummies will get kind of hard whenever you make the Jello, so really this is just for the kids. I know grown-ups love Jello, and little nerdy fish too, and the nerds. I'm just going to stick some down in the side. We're going to see what that looks like, so it will show up a little better, just to use them up. Don't normally keep stuff like this in the house, candy and stuff, but I do like to make creative little snacks and stuff for birthday parties. I've always enjoyed being creative with birthday parties for all the kiddos. And we're just going to keep on going until we run out. And I really don't know that I want to use those big old red ones, but I may end up using them somewhere. Let's try to mix these colors up a little bit. And I think we about got as many as I want in there. See if we can mix this one up a little bit. Right, let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, you can see the fishies. Cute, cute, cute. Alright, so we're going to hold off on the rest of these. I think that's plenty. See, we still have these red ones. They're a little bigger. I think I'm just going to set them right on top. Alright, let me grab the rest of it right out the refrigerator. What I've done was made another batch of Jello to top this off. And then I'm going to stick it back in the refrigerator and let it chill for about another 3 to 4 hours. And then we'll be back to do the next step after we get the Jello to set. So hang on one second. So I set the Jello in the refrigerator so that it would start chilling, so that it would be cold. But this is the second batch, so this one is a little more ingredients. So I'm just going to fill it up. I'm going to leave a little bit of space, and as you can tell already, it just looks just like a fish aquarium. I am absolutely impressed. It kind of looks bubbly, where everything was just kind of chopped up in there. So see, you can just cover it up. And this was the best method. Now it's going to be fun putting this in the refrigerator, I can tell you that. My hands are quite wobbly, but we're going to do our best. This just looks beautiful, y'all. I was really kind of contemplating making this one because I really wanted it to turn out cute, but I was, I guess, doubting myself because I was wanting it to look really pretty, and I was a little worried that it wasn't going to look just how I wanted it to look, but I am actually quite impressed myself. So let's go ahead and get these topped off just a little bit more. Put these in the ice box, and I'm going to bring y'all right back to show you what it looks like. So far, so good. Alright, I am extremely impressed. Sorry, I have to brag just a little bit, but these turned out so pretty. So excited about how pretty they look. The last thing that I'm going to do, I have some unsweetened organic coconut. I'm going to sprinkle some of that on top just so that it kind of has a beachy look. They're not completely set, but I couldn't wait to just go ahead and get them out. But they're pretty close. And I'm just going to add a little bit to the top so that it kind of looks like sandy beach. And plus coconut with raspberry. It's going to be great. Get that a little bit more. And the color did stay pretty good in the gummy fish and the nerds. With the leftover, I did put it just in a jelly jar, and I have some recycled mayonnaise lids, and I'm just gonna put these in the refrigerator so they'll be easy to take somewhere with you, to bring them to work or just whatever, just to save the leftovers. It made 3 jelly jars, so that was 2 boxes of the Starburst blue raspberry. And if you haven't tried that Jello, it's really, really, really flavorful and really good. I'm not going to put coconut on these. I'm going to put these back in the ice box. And I just want to show y'all how much was actually left over by using the 2 packs. It did really good. And then I had these large fish, so I'm just going to set one of these large fish right on top just because I have them. It's not necessary. It does look kind of cool. It brightened it up a little bit. And I'm just going to stick them right on top. And that is going to finish up our Jello July collaboration. Thanks for joining me, though. This has been a really fun little collaboration. Thanks for the handful of people that participated, the ones that shared pictures with me of the desserts that you made. There was a few of you that made shorts on the Jello. I could not figure out how to add you to the playlist, so if you know how to do that, you can add yourself to the playlist. I'm not sure how that works. I'm still learning all this new stuff and learning YouTube and all of that. I don't spend a lot of time messing around with electronics. It's kind of not my thing. It's kind of my husband's department, and he's working now, so we don't really have as much time to play around with it. But I'm learning it, so hopefully I'll get it figured out pretty soon. And don't forget about that Jello. It's still frugal, still pretty reasonably priced, and it's nice and cool and refreshing little summertime dessert. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.